What's up, y'all? Rahubad, this is Ro again, back at it again with another banger video. As you can see, I'm in the sun right now at Post Studios. I highly suggest y'all get some infrared light. If it's not here, get your own infrared bright light, near infrared, far infrared. It works wonders for your body. I am telling you, no cap. With that being said, this week, I am hoping that some things happen this week to make some things fall in line within the stars, but we're gonna get all into that. This week is gonna be interesting. It's Christmas week. For those who celebrate Christmas, I don't celebrate holidays. But for those who do, y'all do, and that's okay. With that being said, let's get to it. December 21st. So we are now in Capricorn season. This is when the sun is at its lowest point, and it takes 3 days for it to rise up from the dead. The most amount of darkness and the least amount of light. This is where we get the story of Jesus' resurrection from, right? The sun, spelled S-U-N, dies on the 22nd and gets resurrected 3 days later on the 25th, which is Christmas Day, right? For those who don't know, astrology is definitely within all the religious texts. We're not arguing about it. It's there. Go do your own research. Now, what happens during Capricorn season? This is where the energy moves from philosophy, international traveling, teaching bold words and justice, to structuring that wildfire energy into something that we can practically utilize in the world. In order to properly contain this energy, you must have a gargantuan earth energy, okay? This is where governments, big business, control, authority, and discipline come into the picture. Capricorn season will bring solar energy to those in power and leadership positions. Now, I would not be surprised if governments start taking major, tangible changes and actions, especially since Mars is in Capricorn, which is a lot. I wouldn't be surprised if today we are able to pick up on a change in tone coming from the government, like a more direct and distinct commanding type of vibe. Okay. Now, lastly, the moon opposes Jupiter in Cancer in the late evening. This 180-degree angle, I think, will bring a potential to balance the emotions we are experiencing by understanding how to structure what we are feeling and discipline ourselves to not go off the rails with excess emotions. We shall see. December 22nd. Ooh, look at the beads sweat coming out of my head. Now, first day into Capricorn season, and the moon conjuncts Pluto in Aquarius. Nice. Now, a conjunction is where two planets are within 3 degrees of each other. Some astrologers go to 10 degrees. But the point is that the planets are tangent to each other, that they're close, right? I would not be surprised if there was a new advanced technology that comes out today, okay? Now, individually, depending on what house it is in for you, it's a transformation cycle that is revolutionary in nature. This occurs once a month, and there's no other planets aspecting this, so I don't think it's wildly different from other months. However, with the sun in Capricorn now, the vibe will shift slightly from last month, okay? Since the sun is currently 11th house from this conjunction, I would say that the energy is going to feel like you're on the brink of moving into something novel, fresh, and innovative, okay? Exactly how, I can't tell you because I don't know your own individual chart, blah, 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 right? You will have to book a reading with me for that. Woo, sweat is coming off. Good, you need to sweat. Anyway, lastly, Venus directly in conjunct Uranus and Taurus at the same degree as the previous new moon, which is very fascinating to me. The energy today may be reminiscent of Friday, or Friday? Yeah, the 19th of December. I would expect there to be more topics about money, more specifically crypto, and politicians and lawmakers trying to provide a synthetic social remedy for whatever energy is occurring at the time, okay? I think there will be a huge crisis in the markets today, though. Probably a continuance of what happened on Friday, or all of last week, really, because it really happened all last week, so we shall see. December 23rd. Now, today there's not a bunch of planetary energy occurring, but it's potent, okay? So the moon is 12th house to the north node, bringing an unseen and understanding about today's fated events. Plus, Venus on Sagittarius is exactly square Neptune in Pisces, okay? This Venus-Neptune square is having me think that there is an aspect about the markets that is not fully seen, okay? There's friction between our beliefs about what's going on and how we tangibly and socially feel, okay? I really think the majority of the markets today are going to become restrictive. Now we shall see how that works, but that's what I'm thinking. Today may feel like we are about to enter into another timeline with these planets at 29 degrees, okay? Kind of like when you are driving, you see the rain up ahead, but, what I'm saying, where you are at is still dry, what I'm saying? But you're about to get rained on, so you prepare yourself for it, right? When planets are at 29 degrees, it feels like we are getting ready for a shift, okay? And then once you get to the rain, all of a sudden, magical unicorn fairy dust falls from the sky, and now you are traveling the universal philosophical thought matrix while making millions through singing an ancient whale language to aliens. This is nonsensical, but that's the energy that Neptune and Pisces, square Venus and Sagittarius can give. That's the type of vibe that's present, okay? And most of my readings, or most of my astral weather forecast, is about the vibe, it's about the energy, because it's about the energy. That's what it is, right? This is energetic. I don't want to say manipulation, because that can make it seem bad, but it's reading the energy in the room. But in this case, reading the energy of the stars about the environment, right? Now, it can look one way, then it flips. And then you wind up in a Cracker Barrel before they change the logo, right? With the sextile to Mercury and Sagittarius, to the moon in Aquarius, it may be easier to explain this unseen mystical energy we are feeling if we make an attempt. But that doesn't change the experience itself. You still may be smoking a telephone in the bottom without a paracord twice removed. We shall see. December 24th. Early in the AM, we find that the moon in Aquarius sextiles Chiron in Aries and is also in conjunct Jupiter in Cancer. Damn! This is like you were being nurturing about the person in your life, that something happened and now your emotions are detached. But that detachment is showing to be helpful when looking to heal our emotional pain body. Kind of like turning a bad into a good, right? In the afternoon, Venus goes into Capricorn. Now the topics of finances, politics, self-esteem, balance, and relationships are going to be way more structured and goal-oriented, okay? If it ain't practical, then it got to go, okay? We may find it easier to build good qualities about those subjects as well, okay? We will be experiencing this for a few weeks, so if you have a desire to build, now it's a good time, okay? Especially since Mars and the Sun are also in Capricorn, okay? There is a plethora of energy to get things done right now. All right. Then in the evening, the moon in Aquarius squares Uranus and Taurus. This is the completion of a revolutionary financial cycle. We will continue to feel as if we are moving out of the old financial system and into the new until Uranus goes back into Gemini in about 5 months, okay? These next 5 months are going to be the most revolutionary financial change that humans have probably ever experienced. As for today, you are completing the monthly version of this cycle, okay? Last month you started something financial, and now you're coming into the completion of it. Kudos to you. December 25th. Now, today is Christmas. Oh, Christmas. Anyway, which is interesting because the moon is on the North Node in Pisces today, so Christmas is supposed to be a time for family and whatnot. I don't think that would change this year. However, I think that this Christmas will feel special and faded. Okay, with the Sun, Venus, and Mars in Capricorn loosely conjunct, plus this stellium of planets is loosely sextile the Moon, North Node conjunction, this Christmas will feel more like rigid, which is not a bad thing, but there's less leeway to get away with things, okay? I can see people getting more practical presents and experiencing a more mystical and synchronistic Christmas, as if today was predestined to occur the way that it did. Blah, blah, blah. What? Anywho, I can also see the government big business, or other entity in an authoritative, whatever, position, making a public service announcement or emergency broadcast today. I can also see more people than normal today feeling outcasted, which does not mean that they are alone. They could be around many people, but I just think that the people will feel disconnected more than normal today. We shall see. December 26th. Now we wake up in the morning. Hey, yo. We wake up in the moon in Pisces. We wake up in the moon in Pisces is square Mercury in Sagittarius. This to me is an emotional verbal conflict. I think someone had some choice words during Christmas and it wasn't resolved. I think today is going to be a difficult day for talking or speaking one's mind since it can get highly emotional and uncontrollable. I wouldn't have an important talk today if I could wait. In the evening, Mercury in Sagittarius creates an inconjunct with Jupiter in Cancer. This is like a news crisis being shown or given some information through data or verbal communication that causes a crisis. Or the crisis occurs, then information that is gathered from it is heavy emotional. Really not liking this day for communication, to be honest. Then late night, the moon conjuncts Saturn in Pisces, and then very early in the AM tomorrow, the moon conjuncts Neptune in Pisces. Now, after all that harsh communication, our feelings become rigid and ditzy simultaneously. Whether the thing is that we collectively and individually hear or learn today is a doozy. We shall see. December 27th. The moon in Aries is square Venus in Capricorn and sextile Pluto in Aquarius. Now, the moon will actually also square the sun and Mars today as well. Now, so the moon in Aries is giving the population a take charge, action-oriented type of vibe. And the sextile to Pluto in Aquarius helps amplify this, bringing an advanced revolutionary depth to this fire. However, these squares are going to cause some challenges. The square to Venus will bring financial and beauty challenges. The square to the sun will bring ego and self-confidence challenges, and Mars will bring an action-oriented challenge. The last square is interesting as Mars is squaring a planet in its home sign, right? Mars is basically checking the moon, saying you better take care of my house, which can be difficult for the moon as it's also in a sign that is square to its home sign, which is very fascinating, right? This can cause some major confusion in actually performing tasks, right? Today may seem like we are losing our balance trying to get things done. Things just may not work the way we expected. Aries, the sun moves into Capricorn in your 10th house. Your career is in the spotlight right now. You may be asked to have more responsibility at work or take charge for certain projects or even be promoted to a position of authority. Oof. With Mars and Venus also in Capricorn, there's plenty of energy to support your career and status endeavors, especially for Aries risings. Go after the career thing as you are being shown as the big dog on campus right now. This may be a little challenging for you as the sun is making a 90-degree angle to your sign, but it can give great rewards. But there also may be a work fling occurring as well. Be on the lookout for that. Let me know how it turns out for you. Comments below. Taurus, the sun moves into Capricorn in your 9th house. You may be taking a trip shortly here, a long distance trip potentially. You could also be learning something new or picking up teaching as a hobby or career. I like this aspect for you as this is trining your sign. So it's very beneficial without having to actively take action on it, which is cool. You may find yourself just walking into some blessings in regards to these subjects over the next 30 days or so. With Mars and Venus here, there's even more goodies in store. You may even be traveling with a significant other, or maybe you find a romantic partner while on a trip or taking a class somewhere. Let me know how it turns out for you. Comments below. Gemini, the sun moves into Capricorn in your 8th house. Themes of being disciplined in your investments and being more structured with intimacy are coming into effect. You will probably experience some situations that will bring you wisdom and, depending on your perspective, will allow you to trust others more or your sophomore. You may experience a few instances that cause you to transform into something by way of being practical with finances. With Venus and Mars close by, I would not be surprised if there is a very intimate relationship that starts, or if you're already in a relationship, it gets deeper and more intense. Let me know how this turns out for you. Comments below. So, Almond. Cancer. The Sun moves into Capricorn in the 7th house. It's a good almond. This for sure. This is for sure relationship based. Not only because it's in the 7th house, but Mars and Venus are close enough through the whole transit of Capricorn season. It could be a new romantic relationship, which is what I'm leaning towards because of Mars and Venus. With Mars ruling your 10th and Venus ruling your 11th and 4th, this could be a work function you go to or throw where you meet someone who feels like home, or maybe they even know your family. This could also be you learning your boundaries within relationships and how to stand up for yourself. So don't allow yourself to get run over. Because, Cancer gets abused a lot and gaslighted a lot. So this is an important lesson for you to learn. Seriously. You know how it turns out for you? Comments below, especially for Cancer risings. Leo, the Sun moves into Capricorn in your 6th house. Your health, routine, and lifestyle are about to be in the next spotlight. Wow. About to be in the spotlight for the next 30 days. Be advised that your routine, lifestyle, and your health are intimately intertwined. So whatever you do in your day-to-day routine will be guaranteed to show up in your health. With Mars and Venus nearby, this is a good time to take action with and love on your body with detailed rigor and precision structure. I would be way more critical on what you put in, on, and consume with your body. Okay, all vibrations affect your health. So what you watch and listen to, plus who you hang around, and the environments you go into and do not go into will also affect your health, for better or for worse. And the key word is will. They will affect you. Okay. It may also not be a bad idea to start intermittent fasting or do a juice cleanse or a fruit cleanse for 3 days or so, or some shit like that. Take some herbs, take some teas, turmeric, burdock, blah blah blah. Turmeric, excuse me. Now choose wisely. And let me know how this turns out for you. Comments below. Virgo, the Sun moves into Capricorn in your 5th house. Get ready to have some fun here soon. The 5th house is your fun, romantic sex, baby-making performance house. If you are looking to have some fun, this is a good time to do this. If you are an artist who is looking to perform, this is also a good time to structure this performance. Have a Capricorn in the 5th house must be interesting because fun for you, especially for Virgo risings, is like balancing a checkbook and realize you saved $50 this month. Now with Mars and Venus nearby this whole transit, this is a good time to conceive if you're looking to do so. Let me know how this turns out for you. Comments below. Libra, the Sun moves into Capricorn in your 4th house. Family is going to be highlighted for the next 30 days. That was a good almond. You may be the one taking responsibility for family problems. The one stepping up to the plate to fix things or to plan and structure family outings. This could also be you being more secluded from everybody, as you may have a desire to just be at home alone. I'm home alone. Or with a partner. Now this applies especially for Libra risings, but also Libra suns, right? You may have the desire to be, and also progress Libras as well. You may have the desire to be hidden from the world to get your money up, or just because you want to be alone. Let me know how that turns out for you. Comments below. Scorpio, the Sun moves into Capricorn in your 3rd house. This is a great time to learn a new skill, right? If you plan on taking a course, now's the time. It's a great time to do this, right? You have the power of solar energy behind you, the great solar UV light that we call the sun, behind you to help you achieve this goal. It can also be a time period where you spend time with siblings. It's also a good time to write your thoughts down and structure them. You could even write a book, make a business plan, and other standard operating procedures, right? If you have a business, now is a good time to update all of your business documents if need be. Let me know how this turns out for you. Comments below. Sagittarius, wildfire face ass. The Sun moves into Capricorn in your 2nd house. There is a light being shined on your finances, self-esteem, ownership, etc. Particularly on how you structure, manifest, and discipline yourself with said subjects. You manifest structured finances just by being you, especially for Sagittarius risings. With the Sun in this position, excuse me, and with Mars and Venus close by, I can definitely see your money going up. You'll be able to consciously manifest money and resources with discipline, action, and receptivity. Let me know how this turns out for you. Comments below. Sorry. Capricorn. The Sun moves into Capricorn in your first house. Now, this is your season, Cap. No cap. Big cap, all facts. Crack niggas' backs. Anyway, it's all about you, okay? With Mars and Venus accompanying, whatever, the Sun this whole season and next season, but we're not there yet. And Mercury's soon to catch up. There's a lot of personal quests and personality shifts that you may encounter. You may feel a little restless while at the same time more open to new things. Starting a workout routine will help with the influx of energy. You're also going to be more sexy and bright to the population that you normally feel you are, okay? You will be glowing. Use this energy wisely. Let me know how it turns out for you. Comments below. Aquarius, the Sun moves into your Capricorn in your 12th house. Your dreams are probably going to be off the charts for the next 30 days or so. You can use that to bring into this world what you want. Picking up a meditation practice will be beneficial for you as well. Mars and Venus close by, plus Mercury closing the gap will bring plus Mercury close by closing the gap will bring ample and abundant energy to your intuition. However, it will also bring, if not careful, high levels of self-undoing, which is not the best. I would suggest to really pay attention to if you are saying things that are factual or if you're just trying to feel good by saying some shit to make you feel good. Right? And it's not really a fine line, but it can be a fine line, so you gotta really be attentive on that. It'll be easy to be sucked into some delusional mess if you are not careful. Let me know how this turns out for you in the comments below. Pisces. The Sun moves in Capricorn in your 11th house. You're about to be a party animal, going out to functions, linking up with communities of like-minded people. You can even be getting awards and being acknowledged for your hard work and dedication to a job, career, or within the hierarchy of society. With Mars and Venus close by, you're probably going to be the one initiating things while also being invited out often. Okay? You may feel popular during this time, and with Mercury closing the gap shortly, many of these events may be business or financial events or seminars, things like that. Let me know how this turns out for you in the comments below. Now, I appreciate all y'all for rocking with me for as long as y'all have. Some of y'all comment on like all of my videos, and I really appreciate it. And like all my videos, y'all support is not unnoticed, you know. And coming here soon, I'm going to be doing a lot of things with astrology and garnering. I don't want to say too much because I don't want to say too much, but I'm going to be doing a lot of things, and I just appreciate all the support. I don't really make any money from this. It's unnecessary right now, but I'm just grateful that I can even do this and have people like fuck with me for doing it. It's a really interesting feeling. So I really appreciate y'all, and until next time, peace out.